I do believe in fate. I've never played for a draw in my life. You can't always come in shouting and screaming. That doesn't work. No one likes to get criticized, but in the football dressing room, it's necessary that you point out your players' mistakes. I do it right after the game. I don't wait until Monday, I do it, and it's finished. I'm on to the next match. There is no point in criticizing a player forever. The best leaders tend to be missionaries rather than mercenaries. One of my players has been sent off several times. He will do something if he gets the chance, even in training. Can I take it out of him? No. Would I want to take it out of him? No. If you take the aggression out of him, he is not himself. So you have to accept that there is a certain flaw that is counterbalanced by all the great things he can do. I don't like losing. If my parents were still alive, they would be very proud. They gave me a good start in life, the values that have driven me, and the confidence to believe in myself. Sometimes in football you have to hold your hand up and say, yeah, they're better than us. There is no room for criticism on the training field. For a player, and for any human being, there is nothing better than hearing, well done. Those are the two best words ever invented in sports. You don't need to use superlatives. I like to tell different stories, and use my imagination. But generally, it is about our expectations, their belief in themselves, and their trust in each other. Only true champions come out and show their worth after defeat, and I expect us to do that. In the long run, principles are just more important than expediency. If I were running a company, I would always want to listen to the thoughts of its most talented youngsters, because they are the people most in touch with the realities of today and the prospects for tomorrow. There's a reason that God gave us 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth. It's so you can listen and watch twice as much as you talk. Best of all, listening costs you nothing. For me, drive means a combination of a willingness to work hard, emotional fortitude, enormous powers of concentration, and a refusal to admit defeat. Very often our victories were squeaked out in the last few minutes after we had drained the life from our opponents. Games, like life, are all about waiting for chances and then pouncing on them. We had a virus that infected everyone at United. It was called winning. I always felt that our triumphs were an expression of the consistent application of discipline. Once you bid farewell to discipline, you say goodbye to success. You learn more from defeats than you do from victories. There's a lot of satisfaction that comes from knowing you're doing your best, and there's even more that comes when it begins to pay off. The way to win battles, wars and games is by attacking and overrunning the opposing side. As you get older and more experienced, you start to think about how you allocate time. Don't lie, don't steal, and always be early. I had to lift players' expectations. They should never give in. I said that to them all the time. If you give in once, you'll give in twice. Watching others, listening to their advice, and reading about people are 3 of the best things I ever did. Advice often comes when you least expect it, and listening, which costs nothing, is one of the most valuable things you can do. One mark of a leader is his willingness to share information. The very best footballers were competing against themselves to become as good as they could be. Sometimes defeats are the best outcomes. To react to adversity is a quality. If you overemphasize opponents' strengths, you just plant seeds of doubt in your players. I never allowed my personal feelings about a particular player to cloud my judgment about what was best for the team. When I selected the captain, I was looking for 4 principal virtues. The first was a desire to lead on the field. The second attribute I wanted was someone I could trust to convey my desires, and the third was a person whom the other players would respect as a leader and whose instructions they would follow. I also wanted captains capable of adapting to changing circumstances. You don't get the best out of people by hitting them with an iron rod. You do so by gaining their respect, getting them accustomed to triumphs and convincing them that they are capable of improving their performance. As a leader, you don't need to be loved, though it is useful, on occasion, to be feared. But, most of all, you need to be respected.